Hey, Helen.
It's cold and rainy outside, and I hope you all got your jammies on and your slippers, and that you are sitting in front of the TV and watching us.
And that you have some tea or coffee or something else warm.
And it is really cold today, so it's such a lovely day to be at home and hiding, isn't it?
Absolutely. And if you hear some weird noises in the background, it's the rain beating down on the roof. Because It is a bit crazy.
So I hope that you went to look at Google Earth yesterday after our broadcast, and that you maybe went to do some armchair traveling.
Did you?
I forgot. I actually have a good book, and so I went to bed and read instead of doing some armchair traveling. But I swear I'm going to do it this afternoon because it's so cold and rainy. I think that after this I might just chill a bit. I'm not really sure, but I think I might. Yeah.
Lovely, because that's what we need to do on these rainy days.
And that's what winter holidays are about. Just
totally.
Vegetating slowly. Yeah.
And also just recovering. I think for a lot of teachers, it's felt like we've had a term. Actually, it feels like the school year didn't end. It's just carried on and on and on and on.
I also think the silent unpredictability, where are we going back to school? Aren't we? Oh, do I have to do that whole Google Classroom thing again? And or not,
exactly,
is a real thing in the back of everybody's heads, and we're all trying to say, let's just enjoy this while it's on. And yes, that's quite right, but
it is tricky. Hey, it is tricky. I must say.
And also that whole COVID thing of everyone always. I mean, if I use the Chromebooks, everyone, here's a wipe. Have you wiped it? Make sure that you wipe the keyboard and the top and the bottom. Have you wiped it? 6 per tray, and it's just such a different lifestyle, a way of teaching.
Yeah, definitely. So, Helen, are you ready to get going with today? Should we try and play our banner thing again?
I think we should, and maybe not twice this time, even though we love it. And Robin did create it, and it is awesome. And this is how we have fun. We just go and create these things. And I must say, a year ago, Robin challenged me to learn something new every single day. She enrolled me into courses. We did that Craig Blewett online course on Tech Ed. And just every day we were doing something else. And I don't think it's ever stopped.
No, it hasn't. And I think that's something that we love. We love challenging each other with. And also that we love modeling to the kids that we deal with and the teachers that we deal with is that we should be lifelong learners. And if you want your kids to be lifelong learners, then you have to be actually doing it yourself.
I think the way I've changed is I'm not afraid to mess up. I'm not afraid to mess up. And in fact, when we do these live broadcasts, sometimes we say, let's just go and we'll see what happens, which is most times.
Yes, and actually that's what's cool. It's fun to do that. So let's get going with our little banner. Let's try it.
So that worked. That was so awesome. So this was our little advert that we put out for you, that yesterday we were going to do Google Earth. Today we're going to do Canva. I know it's jumped on the other side, but we don't always play by the board. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about coaching the class and the lessons that we've got prepped for you. But today we're going to look at Canva. And I know that a lot of you are using it and loving it, but we want to show you a new feature that we found. So it is a professional graphics design program. I'm not a graphic designer, and that's why I need this program, because I absolutely love it. Today I want to take you deeper into Canva for education. We know that it gives educators a free account, but there's so much more that I discovered by accident that I want to share with you today. Kids can work individually on work that you assign them, or they can work collaboratively, which is where I assigned some tasks to 2 children where they could work in pairs, or to 4 kids where they could work in a group. And it has its own learner management system where you can post it straight from Canva instead of using Google Classroom should you need to.
And so what's exciting about this really is that, and Helen's going to take us to go and play in there in a minute, is that we can use this not only as teachers, but as our kids can use this as well, and developing design skills,
creativity, creative intelligence.
And especially in our country where we really need to grow entrepreneurship, is that this is one of those places where you learn how to market, how to put things together to sell yourself, sell your product, sell your service, etc., using wording, and Canva's a great place to go and play, basically.
Awesome. So let's go and play in my school account which we're going to come to now. So here, this is my school account that you're in, and I know it because this is the picture that I use for my school account, and it is the one where now obviously I have rights to everything, which is so marvelous. What I do
why do you have rights to everything, Helen?
Well, as a teacher, they give you all of this, but you have to write them a letter to be verified. And I think I had to get a letter from my principal telling me that I was employed at their school, and I probably had to send my SACE certificate or something like that.
Okay, so any teacher working at a school can get a free pro account.
Oh, with all the bells and whistles. And then you can share that with your children, which is amazing.
I'm jealous.
So here are all the templates. And I must remind you that I love to come down to this education one and to this worksheet one over here. This is my absolute favorite. But look, lesson plans, should you want them, certificates, bookmarks. If you were to go into worksheets over here, and you would click on it, just look at the awesome stuff.
So these are all templates.
Totally. And you've got to decide now, what do I want? Did I want something like this? Or what sort of basic shape am I looking for? So just pretend I wanted this one here. And it says, do you want to customize this one? Yes, I do. And I just want to show you a mistake that I made for quite a long time. I couldn't find how to use text. So I could go in here and I could change this text when it asked me, and I knew. And then I also knew that if I highlighted this here, I could come up here and change the text from this to this.
Wow.
Or whatever I like. But I still couldn't work out how to find text because
to put a new text box
yes,
in.
because when you go to text, it just gives you all of these.
Okay.
So if you pick this, you immediately get that, and then you need to use both, and then I had to separate them. But actually, the most awesome thing is, here it is right here. So generally, you want a subheading type, and if you click on that, well, there it is. And so you just go and add your subheading. But if you wanted a bigger heading, there it is. And so even I clicked that, I wasn't that doof, because a kid asked me the other day, man, where's the text? So you literally use that unless you're wanting to use one of their fabulous fonts. Okay. And then another fabulous thing, and there are so many lessons. I'm just trying to show you my two latest, most fabulous things that I've done. Sorry, I'm struggling to delete that right now, and I'm not really sure why, but that one went. And this little apple's going to go, and so is this apple. Is that if you go to uploads, I have uploaded this picture from Google Earth when we did Robin's lesson the other day, but I didn't want all this black around it. And in a second, if you go to edit image, and you go to remove your background, it's going to take all that black away. And it's just so awesome. And people use this for getting like just themselves. So this would be a picture of you and I that we'd post somewhere saying we're doing something. And so immediately you've just got that whole thing. And I did
that is stunning.
Cool. And I did the same with the Canva thing over here. So just I'm showing you where to find your text was there, and I was showing you uploads, how you can so easily remove the background from any picture and just get the building of the Acropolis and not everything in the background.
That is awesome, because there are other programs that you can do that in, but it's such a mission, because you would take your file into that program, work with it there, and then take it back out and then import it again.
Totally.
So cool.
Totally. And then I also wanted to show you this feature, Learn, is so awesome, because all of these videos are here made by Canva for you. And this is the one I'd recommend you start with. The one, if you go to Learn, come down across, get started with Canva. And then these ones are really, really easy. And this is what I let my children go and look at if it comes to them, which it hasn't. Okay. Oh, it's the wrong one. I didn't want to go there. Trust me, there are such easy videos in there and complex ones. Try and do it again. Get started with Canva. No, it's taking me to that. I want to go Learn. No. Okay, not happening today. But if you go to Learn, there are such easy videos there. I don't want to waste time there anymore. What I do want to do is show you that I have created a classroom account. So this is my private account. If I come to my image on the right, and I go down here, I'll find Mrs. Earl's classroom. Okay. If I click on that, I'm now in a whole new environment. This is the classroom that I share with the children. It is not my private account. And you know that because the recent designs are actually all children's work that they've sent to me. If I go to recent work, this is all work created by children.
So it actually separates what you're creating for yourself and what the children are creating.
This is my classroom for the children.
I love that.
It's so awesome. And I go here to Mrs. Earl's Enrichment to set new tasks for them and do all sorts of incredible things for them.
That is amazing.
And once you've set the task from Mrs. Earl's classroom, I always send it to my Mrs. Earl's
Enrichment class.
This thing here is Google Classroom. And so this is Mrs. Earl's classroom, Enrichment Classroom in Google Classroom. Okay, here she is. And I posted it from Google Classroom and directly from Canva. So if you don't have Google Classroom, you can post to the kids directly from Canva.
Okay.
It is so awesome. And then I gave them some quotes that they could have used. I gave them this template, because the problem is if you tell children go and pick a template, they'll spend the whole lesson choosing one.
Yes, that's me.
I gave them the template. They had to work with this template. They had to make a logo about moving forward, change is good.
Yeah.
And then I gave them this video just for home time, because a lot of them wanted extra extension. And so I said, go and look at this video at home, which we're going to recommend to you guys. But I think it's best if I actually let Sam Carey tell you how best to use this. And so I'm just going to show you 3 minutes of this video from Sam.
Perfect.
But I've given you a brief overview. Let's look quickly at how you can get a free Canva for Education account. You'll want to go to canva.com/edu-signup and then click on the Get Verified button, where you'll be asked to enter your name and email, as well as the name of your organization. If you already have a Canva account, log into that account first and then go to Canva for Education, and your account will be upgraded after you get verified. That way you'll keep all of your existing designs and they'll be there ready for you to use in your new education account. Regardless of the learning management system you use, the first thing you'll want to do is create a class in Canva so that you can send students assignments. You'll see here that I already have one team or class created, and to create another one, go up to the settings cog, click on Billings and Teams, and click Create a New Class. To toggle back and forth between the classes you create, click on your icon, scroll down to Switch Team, and choose a different class. You might want to do this if you teach different courses or different grade levels to keep your classes totally separate from one another if you're obsessive about keeping everything neat and tidy like I am. Now to set up your class, click on the class name at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. On the Designs tab, you can customize your banner by changing the class name, and since Canva is a graphics design program, you can of course also design your own banner within Canva if you'd like. To add students to your class, you'll want to go over to the People tab. Here you'll see that you currently have the option to import your class roster from Google Classroom or to manually enter your students' information. Note that other LMS integrations will be coming soon.
So Helen, that's Sam Carey. He's one of our favorite little guys on YouTube. He's not little. He's a very big YouTuber. His channel is called the New EdTech Classroom, and it's actually we watch a lot of his videos when we're looking for some inspiration and some how-to stuff on how he operates.
And so that's really why I showed it to you, because I actually think you need to watch the whole video. It's 18 minutes, but I just wanted to tempt you with that, where he showed me. I watched that to set up my account.
Yes.
And I set it up brilliantly, and I've used it with the children.
Yeah. Cool.
So I would recommend that you go to this Canva for Education tutorial for teachers. It's 18 minutes long. It's by Sam Carey, and it was put out in March this year. You don't get much more recent than that.
Yeah.
And he will show you how to set up your own classroom. And as you saw now, how to invite your children either individually through emails if you're a small homeschool, or to use Google Classroom. So I use Google Classroom, and I linked my Canva account to Google Classroom.
Amazing. Amazing.
And then this, if you're looking for it on YouTube, that's what it's going to look like, so that you know what to look for. Canva for Education, tutorial for teachers. And you are going to find the most amazing things. If you do Debona, there's this whole brainstorming page that you can collaborate, where your whole class can be on, or only 4 children can be on. You can decide how many people are collaborating
And
on a
there's
page.
so much stuff that's being curated for you as a teacher. You literally, it's like going
there.
to the shop and just picking things for free.
It's a
off the
birthday
shelf.
party. It's a birthday party.
I love it.
And so this is just some of the material that my children created. They had to, their thing was to put a statement by a famous person about making the jump, which is our theme for the term, and how you had to change. Many of these are animated. Only the last one is actually showing as an animation, this one here. But in fact, these were also animated. And in fact, this one, which I only show you the picture, the little boy put sound onto it. And actually, on this previous one here, this little boy here took this picture and removed the background. It was somebody bungee jumping with a mountain in the background. And all by himself, in one lesson, he removed that background, okay? This boy put sound on. Everybody managed to work in the program in, what is a lesson? 35, 40 minutes, all right?
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. And
Wow.
of course, this wobbly background is already there for them.
Yes.
It's all set up like that, which is so awesome, which is what Canva does.
That is amazing. That really is.
This is one of the students who was with me who just couldn't also not play there, and she just loved it. So this was hers. And also, really, it's just got the sparkly on the side here and the sort of movement in the background, which on Facebook and Instagram looks really awesome if you're wanting to post there. It'll really, really be good. They also have, dear heaven, hopefully we don't come back to doing Bitmoji classrooms, but they have so many different classrooms all set up where you can plonk your Bitmoji in and you can change and adapt things. So should we not go back to class, Canva's your game.
Totally. I mean, that is going to be your saving grace for term 3.
Absolutely.
Along with coaching the class.
Oh, definitely. So Sam Carrion, I see his name is actually not spelled like that. It's spelled completely differently. Just make sure you go and look at Canva for Education, Tutorial for Teachers 2021. And so
Helen, I mean, it's all sitting there waiting for you to actually use it. I mean, there's nothing that is stopping you as a teacher in the classroom from accessing Canva, accessing this account for free, and actually having all of this at your disposal. I mean, it is
totally.
It's wonderful.
If it's school holidays now and you haven't got the secretary to send you that letter, just go and play in it, because the free version is also awesome. And then every time you see only for pros, know that you'll be getting it the moment you've applied for it, which obviously I have. And my kids loved that lesson, and we're going to be using Canva a lot more, but I recommend that you assign them a template. Otherwise they will just, like you, will spend 4 hours playing and not doing the work that they're meant to be doing.
Sure, Helen. So that's really exciting. What a fabulous tool. Thanks so much for sharing that today and delving into it a little bit deeper. And then tomorrow we'll be back.
We'll be back showing you some awesome stuff that we've got in our
coaching the class
for term 3.
Lovely.
But not only just showing you that stuff or promoting it, showing you the tools that we use, the tricks, the programs, how are we making things EdTech, what are we doing to support EdTech Light or no EdTech, ZTech. So that's really, it's all about teaching and applying these skills.
And also looking maybe for 2 minutes at our ethos about we're trying to be a coach for teachers and with teachers.
Because we so believe that you need it. And I mean, we know about it, trust me.
Awesome. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, same place, same time.